Make sure we're good. Cool. All right, can everybody hear me? I'm going to wait for some people to come in before we start the live stream for today. All right, perfect. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. We'll wait for people to come in and we'll go ahead and start the cruise news, everything, the live stream, the usual stuff. I hope everybody's doing all right. Happy holidays. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope everybody's getting ready for the new year and, you got all your plans figured out. But if anybody's in right now, if you can let me know if you can hear me, I'd appreciate it. Oh, cool. Perfectly. All right. Perfect. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm using my earpiece today. I'm not using my regular microphone and all that today. So just making sure. Hey, how's it going? Wait for people to come in and we'll go ahead and start the live stream. Cool, cool. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Good to be back. Man, guys, man, I keep saying this every time I do a video or a live stream, but this is the craziest, busiest month I think I've ever had, like ever. So a lot of shows, a lot of stuff going on, the usual holiday season. What are you gonna do? How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Christmas? Everybody have a good Christmas? Did you get anything cool? Any cool presents? Anything like that? All right. Let's say wait for some people to come in, but either way, guys. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. Merry Christmas. I know we're a little late, but I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a good time with family and all that stuff. A lot going on these days. So we're going to talk about a couple things on today's live stream, just everything that's been going on. I apologize, guys. Like I said, with the videos and everything, you guys know how it's been really, really crazy this year. Very different. We did virtual. Oh wow. Yeah, I know a lot of people they didn't travel this year, so it's been different for sure. 2021 has been hectic. I know everybody's hoping that 2021 is going to be a lot differently, but or go differently, but we'll see. Got some cool what is that? Grilling accessories, typical dad gifts. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, but no, I've been extremely busy. I'm supposed to have a flight to the United Kingdom tomorrow. Uh, I thought about changing it, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the risk and try to get over there, go see my girl for New Year's. That's the plan anyway. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I might do like a video like I did last time, probably vlog the experience of going over to the United Kingdom. Because a lot of people think you can't go over there right now. So I may be doing that. And then, of course, while I'm there, I'll try to do some cruise stuff. Well, so as of right now, I only bought a one-way ticket, but from my understanding with the quarantine and everything going on, I have to be there for I think a minimum of like 2 weeks for the 2 week quarantine. But I did see something online saying that you could be there for like 5 days. But either way, I'm planning on being there for at least 2 weeks. I only bought a one-way ticket because I got a pretty good deal on it. Actually, my girl found the deal. It's like $200 for one way over there. So we were just gonna kind of just wing it. If you guys don't know anything about me, I can be last minute with my trips, and sometimes I just kind of figure it out as I go along, and things typically work out. So while I'm out there, I'll probably just go hang out and go see the sights while I'm there, and then I'll at some point buy my way back home. Because flights honestly are pretty cheap right now, if you guys don't know, depending on where you're going. So that's the plan anyway. Did you hear anything else about the new strain, or was it just rumors? I don't think it was 100% confirmed to my knowledge. Nobody quoted me on that, but I guess it's in the UK, and I guess it's in they believe it maybe here in the United States already. But and I think some parts of Africa as well. So I just know from at least to my knowledge, it hasn't been 100% confirmed that there's a new case or a new strain. But I guess we'll see how all that plays out because if there is, it could affect, of course, cruising in the long run at some point as well. Somebody asked, it is 100%. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, so it's 100% confirmed. I've only been doing so much digging into the new strain. Oh, it isn't. It's in Canada as well. Well, yeah. So but I guess we got to wait and see what's going to happen, like as far as the vaccine and everything else. But I mean, even with cruising, we're still waiting to see what's going on with that as well. Somebody asked how my mom's doing. My mom's doing fine. She's out of her quarantine and all that. She got tested negative, so I guess that whole scare is over. But she's feeling a lot better. But we're just kind of waiting to see what's going on. I know everybody's wondering about the test sailings. I'm assuming they're going to start at the beginning of January. As of right now, there has been no super confirmation as far as the test sailings being conducted in January. But like I said, guys, there's always stuff going on behind closed doors. They could already be happening, or at least maybe a round of it, like as far as the crew members just going to a certain destination or whatever it is they're going to do, that could have already been conducted or currently being conducted right now. So I think January is going to be an interesting time for cruising for sure. South Africa, France, and just not testing for it in the U.S. Okay, yeah, gotcha. What was that? My parents just got out of quarantine as well. Glad to hear you're good. Yeah, yeah, things are good. That's good to hear on your end too, Ronnie. Yeah, this whole COVID stuff is crazy. We all know. We didn't cruise. Hold on. Why didn't cruise companies give the crew members some money for Christmas? Well, at the end of the day, for one, and I say this all the time, when it comes to the crew, I could talk about this literally all day. They're technically not employees of any specific company; they're contractors. So, to a technical sense and on a business sense, the cruise lines don't owe them any compensation as far as like when they're on technically vacation or if they're off contract. They don't have to give them health insurance. They don't have to give them any of these things, especially if they're sitting at home because they're not on contract at that present time. Even if the contract ended early, it's still there's a lot of little details and stuff involved, but it's not like a regular company where you work for somebody and just like that you get all these benefits and Christmas gifts and all this other stuff that comes with it. It doesn't happen that way. Any news on the Carnival ratings? I haven't heard anything on the Carnival ratings. The only thing that everybody's talking about right now is the Carnival Fascination. I think it's going to be getting converted into a hotel after it gets, refurbished and all that stuff. Because I mean, it's an older ship, and that ship, I've never been on it, but I heard it wasn't in the greatest condition when it got sold anyway. So we'll see. I don't think there will be a test sailing. Test sailings in January. What is that? CM. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm starting to really join in January. Crew members really starting to join in January. They'll have to do a 2-week quarantine and then be able to do a pre training. And after that, they'll be able to do the test sailings. I really hope we can cruise next year. I really want to go to Alaska. Yeah, you might be right about that. I know for a fact that as of right now, the cruise lines are still in the process of getting the crew members on the ships that they're supposed to be on. You got some crew members that were taken from other countries by ships to go to certain destinations to then join other ships. It's a crazy, crappy process, unfortunately, and it's taking time. But like I said, there could be potentially ships out there that either already have conducted at least one phase of their test sailings, or they're getting ready to start in January. So we just don't know. There's a lot of ships going on around the world, especially operating in the United States, because this is like the biggest market. It is the biggest market in the world for cruising. So any particular ship could have all the right people on there so they can conduct the test sailings. So we'll have to see. Do you know when the Mardi Gras will be off the coast of the U.S.? I don't know. I know it's making its way there now. I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, I need to look on Cruise Mapper and see. I don't know exactly what their plan is as far as where the Mardi Gras is going to be because they will be sailing out of Port Canaveral. But like I said, with the test sailings and repatriating the crew, not repatriating, getting the crew members back on the ships that they need to be on, there's no telling. It could go to California. It could go wherever. Pick up crew members that need to be on the ship and then conduct the sailings after that. So we'll see. I'm just look at that maybe for like a video, the next video that I do. Had the first Pfizer vaccine. Oh wow, last week. No side effects other than mildly sore arm by Christmas on Christmas Eve. By Christmas Day, nothing. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So far, so good. At least on that. I've heard about people having side effects here and there, but I mean, I think with any shot, any vaccine, anything you take, usually side effects are normal. It happens. Somebody might get a cold or anything like that. You never know at this point. We'll have to see what's going to happen long term. I think is going to be the issue when it comes to the whole vaccine situation. That's what everybody's really thinking about. Excuse me. Let's see. I have a Carnival cruise booked to Alaska, booked at the end of April, and I'm not sure if we're going. If it cancels, this will be my second time. I have to change the date. Have you thought about getting a refund, or are you actually going to stick with the cruise line no matter what? Is that your plan? You want to stick with them until they decide whatever it is that they're going to do for Alaska or whatever itinerary change they're going to do? Thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. If you guys are just joining in, if you guys hit the thumbs up button, I greatly appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, lets YouTube know that there are actually people watching my videos. I would really appreciate it, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Let's see. What was that? Are there any cruise line employees on the ship that who are actually employees? I've read even the captain is on contract. Yeah, so everybody on board the ship is a contractor. The closest thing that would be an employee on board the ship would be the captain and the officers. Just because of the simple fact that a lot of them have to go to a maritime school in order to join the ship. and they typically have like on and off contracts that could last anywhere from a year, 2 years, or whatever. It just depends. They're the closest thing to employees on board the ship, but everybody on board from the waiter to the captain is contracted. So 1099. Okay, you're trying to stick with them. Okay, gotcha. So you're gonna just hold on to this Alaska cruise, whenever that may be. I know Alaska's hurting right now as far as the revenue that they normally get for cruise ships, so they're probably gonna try to start back up as soon as they can. Just like everywhere else, they're gonna try to figure it out. I remember last time, even 2 months ago, you had Alaska trying to figure out, or Seattle trying to figure out this whole situation with the Jones Act. They were trying to kind of bypass it so they can figure everything out and go from there. Diane, sorry, I'm late. Diane, it's no problem. I should have messaged you guys, by the way. Anyway, I'm horrible, guys. I need to let my moderators know I'm even doing a live stream. But let's see, what was that? Not booking any cruises till they start sailing again. I mean, honestly, that's probably the smarter bet to do right now because there's so much going on, and if you book a cruise and it's like you got to settle for the future cruise credit. I still need to make a video talking about this, but let's say the prices go up or anything of that nature, you'll either maybe at some point have to settle for an itinerary that you didn't pay for, which probably in your mind, or at least for the cruise line's minds, is less their value than what you paid for, or you might have to put a little bit of money on top of that future cruise credit. Like I don't see that happening, but you can't rule anything out at this point. So we'll see. Already had two P&O cruises canceled. Booked for a 16-nighter Europe to the Caribbean next October. So bloody fingers crossed. I think everything will be somewhat back to normal by October, given that everything goes as planned as far as the test sailings and the resumption of cruising. However, they're going to do their phased in approach. It's going to be a process, but we'll see. Not happening in April. Was that April to Alaska? Have daughter in Vancouver. They have no intention of letting cruise ships until they are vaccinated. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, I think everybody is kind of on the same page as far as knowing that we're not going to see cruising happen until they know there's some concrete proof and answers about this whole vaccine situation. It's gotten to that point. I don't see things going any other way, to be honest with you guys. Let's see. Is 2021? You think celebrity cruises will sail normal with maximum capacity of guests on board? If possible, maybe at the second half of 2021. I don't see anything happening anytime before that. Because there's going to be that adjustment phase for the first half at least. If cruising does actually start in spring like it's supposed to. Ray and Sue, hey guys, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are doing well. Same with everybody else who's just joining in. Merry Christmas. I hope everything worked out for everybody. Hope you guys didn't go broke trying to impress anybody or trying to make somebody happy. Remember, it's like with the gifts. I'm when it comes to Christmas presents, I'm big on like just getting like with my family, we always got like one big gift when I was growing up. It's not the gifts. It's at the end of the day, especially during this pandemic, the last thing people need to be doing is blowing all their money on gifts for people. I believe in paying for experiences over gifts anyway. But that's just my whole take on the situation. As far as the presents and stuff, I'm not big on it. Carnival stocks keep going up with no cruising in sight. Strange to me. Well, so the cruise stock. So what you that section, a lot of people are calling the futures, right? So the cruise line stocks, the airline stocks, they're all going up right now because of everything happening with the new stimulus package that just passed. So whenever stuff like that happens, yeah, it's a catalyst for the futures stock to go up at the end of the day. So they're not going to. I don't think they'll go up too high. We might see some type of downturn with Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian at some point. But they're going up right now because of we have vaccinations and stuff going on, getting approved and whatnot. But it's just a stimulus situation as well. I just realized I have my lighting in the way. Get that out of here. So let's see. I wonder what those crew who signed on recently and okay. On NCL are doing on the ship right now since there's no cruising. I mean, a lot of them, to be honest, are still in quarantine. A lot of them are going through the safety regulations, the new health and safety protocols that are on board to get them acclimated to what's going to happen whenever cruising actually returns. I think that's probably the main focus for the cruise lines. I couldn't see it going any other way. I don't think they're keeping them in their rooms like they were last time. They're probably just trying to get everybody acclimated to how things are going to be moving forward for the entire cruise ship industry. However, each individual cruise line is going to be operating moving forward with this pandemic. What was that? Love these cruise news sessions. Happy holidays from Orlando. Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. I was just in Orlando recently. Happy holidays. Was that Ray and Sue? Thanks. You're right on. You're right. It's a thought that counts. Yeah, you're right. Apart from the gifts, we've been hoping and praying for everybody staying safe and well. Yeah, it's difficult times, and I think that's something that's overlooked for a lot of people. Right now it's like you got people that are either doing really, really well during this pandemic, and you also have people that are not doing so well, that are on the verge of being broke or potentially even homeless. And I think people don't see that. You always got to look at the bigger picture and see what's going on in the world, and everything's kind of falling apart at the moment. Are you aware of any CDC announcement tomorrow? No, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about any new CDC. Have you heard something, like maybe some rumors going around? Is the Celebrity Apex never got on the water? Yeah, it was on the water. My best friend was on board that shit. Celebrity Apex. I thought it was floating last time I checked. I mean, I don't check cruise map for that often, but last time I checked, the Celebrity Apex was off the coast of like Florida or something at one point, I believe. I know there are people out there maybe that are watching this live stream, like that watch religiously what's going on with cruise map. But does anybody know where the Celebrity Apex is? Because I remember it was out in the Caribbean at one point. I thought it was going to head to the U.S., but who knows? I think it's supposed to be sailing out of what, Miami? So it might be around. So we'll see. When you worked on NCL, did you get any health benefits? No. The only health benefit you got was if you got hurt on board, let's say while you're doing your contract, they covered you. That's it. You don't get health benefits. You don't get all the stuff that a regular traditional job would give you when you're working on board a ship. That stuff isn't available. I believe they have options for people that have been there and people that work on the ship. I never looked into it because I knew how it all went down being a 1099. But usually, when these contract jobs come about, and especially for the people that are doing it regularly, they usually have some type of option that you can pay for. But that's it. Thoughts on the Cayman Islands? Missed it on two separate occasions. I don't really care much for the Cayman Islands. My ship went there a lot, and just to put it in perspective, I never got off. I got off like twice. You know what I mean? Not a huge fan. Maybe it's just stuff that I missed there. I don't know. Didn't sit right with me. Didn't really like the Cayman Islands. Okay, Apex is off the coast of Florida. Okay, so I was right. It's been there for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't think it's moved. Like I said, I tried to check Cruise Mapper. I probably should be checking it more often, to be honest with you guys. But I mean, you guys see what's there. Celebrity Apex is off the coast. It's supposed to be sailing out of Miami, but right now there's no updates as far as what that ship's gonna do either. Just like everybody else, so everybody's trying to just like see what's going on. But the cruise lines are kind of being hush hush to a certain degree. We're still waiting on the updates. Hey, my friend, do you think cruising will come back by July, or our cruise is on the Symphony in July? I could see July. Yeah, it's just I think as far as July, we will still be continuing the whole phased in approach. I don't think cruising is going to be back 100%, even with the vaccine and everything else going on. The cruise ships are going to have to phase back in little by little. So let's see. Hey, my friend, do you think? Oh, I already read that one. Why your thumbnail said you have a live and it would be at 10? It was just, or was it just me? It just depends. I think it might show only like I've seen that too. I think it does that because there's probably some time zone that it's calculating that I'm either going to be in, or that it's showing somebody else or whatever. It does that. It's really weird. But I don't know. Maybe just pick some random time zone. But I don't know where it would be 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. wherever for that matter. As of right now. Well, no, overseas. What am I thinking about? If you go to Europe, it's 10 p.m. over there. So maybe it's just calculating the time over in Europe somewhere. You think crew members all on board after staying months or a year without sailing and no salary will come back to sail again? I did make a video about that. I do believe that, of course, there are going to be a lot of people that are never going to return to cruising, but the demand's there. Like there are a lot of people want to work on cruise ships, and you got the people on there that have never worked on cruise ships that don't know what the experience is like, and unfortunately, they're never going to get a traditional crew member experience ever again. But there's always going to be people that want to work on cruise ships, especially for the developing countries, places like the Philippines, parts of South America. They're always going to be there. So yeah, Celebrity Apex is west of Great Harbor Cay. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got to keep checking Cruise Mapper. Let's see. Booked on the Carnival Mardi Gras for Halloween. I sure hope I get to go. I hope so. I mean, I honestly I hope that things are somewhat back to normal by Halloween, but we'll have to see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, 10 p.m. in North Ireland. Yeah. So like my girl's over in the UK. It's 10 p.m. over there right now. So I guess whenever I put 5 p.m. here, it probably just for some reason is showing and displaying the time over in the United Kingdom, which is really weird, but whatever. Let's see what I missed. Princess has taken reservations for April 2021. Do you think they can cruise by then? I mean, I have like a weird feeling about Princess when it comes to their sailings, just because Princess was in extremely hot water for a while. I don't think they're going to be super quick to start back up, especially with their entire fleet. But I did a video last week talking about the new programs that they have. They're upgrading their medallion programs on more ships and whatnot. It'll I could see maybe April. It just depends. Like if everything's going right and all the test sailings are out of the way, of course, just about every cruise line that does operate in the United States, they're gonna have potentially a couple ships that are operating in the United States, not their entire fleet, definitely not. Like whatever ships they normally have operating in the United States, they're gonna have less than that. I can almost guarantee you that. Regardless if the vaccine is successful, regardless if everything is done on a timely manner, because every cruise line is sticking to their phased in approach that they're planning on doing. So no, I think April is too soon. Yeah, I think April is too soon for the most part. But again, like I said, as long as everything goes according to plan, I think January is going to be a big month for us to look at, because if things don't start moving, the ball's not rolling. I'm talking about rolling, or sailing in January. Then yeah, we're gonna have to look at things potentially getting pushed back even further. Has there been any test announcements of test sailings? No. I mean, last thing I think we've all been updated were was that test sailings are potentially supposed to start in January. I haven't gotten any true updates. I've been trying to talk to my friends that work on board cruise ships, and honestly, none of them have said anything about the test sailings. A lot of them have been getting their contracts and getting ready to fly out after they get all their tests here on land and all that. But I haven't heard anything on the test sailings. The defense bill was vetoed. Yeah, backup. What is that? Backup for a boat, and the same one changes for cruise requirements. Wait, what was that? Sorry, I misread that. The defense bill was vetoed and is back up for boat, and it's the same one that changes cruise requirements. Oh yeah, I believe so. I mean, if that bill was vetoed, I mean, if they're gonna bring it back, there's so many bills. Honestly, look at this last one just came out with what 5,000 pages. I'm not gonna read that. I'm gonna tell you all that right now. I don't care. I can't do it. But I mean, at least from my understanding, when it comes to these bills, I think a lot of them are going to drastically affect cruising in some way or another. But honestly, it all comes down to what the state does, right? So we got to see what the governor is doing over here in Florida, because obviously this is probably the focal point for every cruise line that plans to operate in the United States. We're hoping for the inaugural cruise on the Odyssey at Easter in the United Kingdom, but I think it's less and less likely. Yeah, the United Kingdom is a lot going on over there. Like, given they have, they're kind of a step ahead with the whole vaccine situation, but they also have the new strain. So I think cruising is the last thing that's going to start up there anytime soon. To be honest with you, I know there was this whole. I even mentioned that potentially the United Kingdom could start cruising again before the United States does, but with this new strain going around, it's all up in the air once again at this point. Never had an inaugural for the Celebrity Apex. Was supposed to be last April. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're probably gonna redo that. With the cruising, all this stuff is just kind of tossed out. They're gonna have to, change dates and all that. When Southwest extended my travel credit to 2022, I knew things wouldn't be go back to normal for a while. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna, yeah, for sure. What was that? Virgin will lead the pack. Young demographic. Virgin has nothing to hide or a spine like big public corporations. Yeah, you're right. That's if they can make it. You know what I mean? I don't know how much liquidity or how much money and assets and stuff that they own. I don't know if they're borrowing money for the subsidiaries or whatever. But if they can survive, I do think they're probably going to lead the pack. Given that everything actually works out and they were actually able to attract the correct age demographic, if they can do that, then yeah, they'll be good. But we'll see. See, many thanks, bro, for the amazing job keeping the crew members updated. Happy New Year, 2021 to you and your family. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. I hope everybody's ready for 2021. I'm over this year, but just because 2021 is about to come around doesn't mean it's all over, guys. Let's keep that in mind, because we still got a lot to go through. I think 2021 it potentially may not be much better. I'm just being honest with you guys. I think things are probably going to hit hard at the beginning of 2021, but we'll see. I'm not trying to say anything bad, but if you look at the writing on the wall, it's there. We'll see. Was that Ray and Sue? Jay, the new strain is all over Europe. The UK is getting the blame because we discovered it as leaders. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, that same thing that happened with, let's say, Princess. It was discovered first on Princess, and they had that whole fiasco going on, and that's why Princess has been in the limelight since the beginning of this whole thing. It's like you're, damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point. State of Florida owns the cruise ports, and they are not even close to being ready to sail. We have friends that work in Tampa. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I always stop by the cruise port too, because it's literally like 5 minutes away from me. I try to get some information there whenever I'm over in that area. But the cruise ports too. I mean, the only thing good that's happening in the cruise ports is that yeah, we've had a couple protests down at Port Miami, some stuff going on over at Port Canaveral. But the only thing good that's really happening right now is that thankfully, Port of Miami, they're being nice to the cruise ships and waiving the port fees, which could equal up to easily, and I mean easily, millions of dollars at this point. So they've been waiving the fees. I believe they're waiving it until the end of January for the cruise ships, which is good. So hopefully they can keep that bond and that that whole idea that look, we're all in this together. So we'll see. Was that greeting from Jacksonville? Do you think any cruise lines will go out of business? That's the question of the day. Not to be negative, but at this point, we still can't rule anything out. I don't think the big three, obviously being Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, I don't think they're going anywhere. But with their subsidiaries, I'm just trying to see what's going to happen. I guess after springtime, because that's obviously an extremely profitable month. Probably, actually, it is one of the most profitable months for cruising. And if they can't do anything in April, especially with cruise lines, even Carnival only having enough money in the bank to last for the first half of 2021, you got to wonder what's going to happen with the other cruise lines that may not be so, prosperous right now. Well, none of them are prosperous, but you guys get the idea. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and I know the idea of a big cruise line, like let's say an MSC, or Carnival, or Norwegian, anything like that going out of business seems kind of far fetched. But you got to understand they're a business. They run out of money, they go out of business, or they reorganize, restructure. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see. Was that Jay Tony from La Liga Loca was stating that the port of Miami has waived 250 million. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That stuff racks up quick. Like it costs a lot of money. What people don't understand when it comes to airports or airlines and cruise lines is that they don't have like they don't own the ports over there, right? So whenever a ship or an airplane, for example, goes to an airport, they have to pay the fees to land there and be able to pick up passengers and all that. Cruise lines are in the same boat. Pun intended, by the way. But when it comes to that situation, yeah, you got Miami being nice, but think about all the ports that the cruise lines are just kind of sitting at, chilling at, because they kind of have to. You got some that are sitting out in the bays and whatnot, and off just off the port, so they don't have to pay those fees. But whenever they come back in, they're still racking up millions and millions of dollars in port fees. I forgot how much it is, but I would assume you're talking about thousands a minute over there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know the rate, so nobody quote me on that. But it's like if they're spending, let's say it's $50,000 an hour for a ship to port, which I honestly I don't think couldn't be too out of the way. You know what I mean? Imagine what the cruise lines, imagine the trouble they'd be in. That's probably why you see so many ships floating around Port Miami, because they know they can go there, do what they need to do, and then respectfully just kind of sit out in the couple miles off the port. So we'll see. What happened to the idea of letting some of the ships stay in port and use them as a day or hotel and restaurants? I mean, because you can come into like a similar problem, right? If somebody catches the virus and they pinpoint it back to the hotel, restaurant, or whatever it is they're doing on the ship at that point in time, now you got another situation and people are blaming cruise ships all over again, even though the cruise lines are just trying to do something so that they can make a little bit of revenue coming in. I mean, I could see that going south. So the cruise lines are probably just saying, you know what, that's a good idea, but we're probably not in the interest of doing that. It probably wouldn't be in our best interest to do it otherwise. So I don't see that happening. We have the idea of how everything's going on with the floating hotels and whatnot. We'll see. Jay, how's it going? It's going, man. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Look, Rob, I have a flight to the United Kingdom tomorrow, and I'm being really indecisive. I need somebody to help me out here. Should I take the flight? That's the question. Before we get back to anything else, guys, I have a flight in the afternoon tomorrow to start heading to the United Kingdom. So I have a flight from Tampa at 12:30 in the afternoon to go over to New Jersey, to go over there, and then after that to Portugal. I got a layover in Portugal, and then after Portugal over to London. And I've called all the people I need to call. I've contacted who I need to contact. And the only issue that I've seen so far is coming back to the United States. I would need a COVID test at least, I think, 3 hours prior or 3 days prior, at the latest, I believe, or at minimum, however. But I'm just trying to figure. Yeah, was that Daryl? I don't know, bro. This time it may not be so easy. That's what I'm saying. I was able to do it last time, but I just getting over there. I don't want to get stuck in Portugal. You know what I mean? About a cheap flight. Yeah, but dude, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I always buy a cheap flight. Always. You can get one in the UK for free of charge. Yeah, I'm saying if I got to take a COVID test, I can just pay for a COVID test, right then and there. These days they have the rapid test or whatever. I know things are different. I'm just trying to figure out. Like, I'm really indecisive right now. You guys have no idea. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days, trying to get everything situated. Even if I decide to go, I still got to go pack. I still got to go do some stuff before I head out. So I'm debating. Oh, they're free of charge. Yeah. Love cheap. Look, guys. I mean, I'm somebody. Yeah, I know they're in tier four over in London, but I'm somebody that's like, look, if cheap doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? There's time and place if you want to kind of spoil yourself. But an airline is not something that I really care much for. I mean, if you're flying internationally, chances are you're probably going to get a meal no matter what you paid for. You're probably going to get drinks. You know what I mean? It doesn't really make much of a difference for me. I can see if you're flying Spirit overseas and the chairs don't go back or anything like that. I'll be fine. You're young, take the flight, hang in Portugal if needed. Yeah, I'm debating. I guess look, we'll find out tomorrow. All right. I'm definitely gonna document the whole thing and kind of go. Delta is doing it before you board. Doing it before you board international. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm flying. So I'm flying. What was it? American over to Jersey, and then after that, I'm flying Air Portugal over there, and then I think it was Air Portugal the rest of the way over to the UK. So you see. But I guess look, you guys will find out tomorrow. Even if I don't make a video because my flight, with everything going on, I'll make a post or picture or something like that. I'll let you guys know what's happening. Really indecisive. We'll see. I mean, the flight, to be honest with you guys, is only like $200, so we'll see. A lot of thinking I got to do, a lot of figuring out. When do you think the cruise will sail out of Bermuda? Will hold on. When do you think cruises will sail out of Bermuda? Will sail, oh, we sail out in August. I could see August. Bermuda is one of my favorite ports. I think it's going to be a little while before they start back up, but August could be. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about Celebrity Apex sailing in 2022? Is it possible for a new ship to stay 2 years without sailing? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I'd be surprised if they go that long. It's a brand new ship. They probably want to get it out there as quickly as they can and do their inaugural cruise and do everything they got to do. But we'll see. Was that Rob? Birmingham is in tier three, so there'll be a lot of restrictions. Yeah, I know. But we'll see. Like when it came to me going there last time, they said there were a lot of restrictions, but I didn't get checked. I didn't get stopped. I didn't get anything last time. As soon as I landed in Heathrow, I was right outside. I got my bag and I was outside. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm thinking about just go ahead and taking the risk and just going over there. Worst that can happen is that I may have to get a COVID test, or maybe I'll get stuck somewhere. That'd be pretty bad, to be honest with you guys. We'll see. We'll see. So you guys will find out tomorrow. What's the worst case scenario if something goes awry? Like I said, I can get stuck in Portugal or someplace with nowhere to go. We'll see. How long are you going for? TBD. I only bought a one way call or a one way flight. What was that? Do call me on Facebook when you're done. I'll let you know what's going on. I'm up to date. What you need? Okay, yeah, yeah. I'll call you after this. It's got to be a quick call because, like I said, if I'm gonna fly out tomorrow, I still got to. I got to. Not gonna lie to you guys. I gotta go do laundry. I gotta pack. I gotta go see my son. You know what I mean? So it's like all this stuff. Unfortunately, is extremely last minute. I'm usually last minute when it comes to things sometimes, but not this last minute. I got a flight in less than 24 hours. So big decision to make. If I don't take it, you guys will know because I'll do a video, and you'll be seeing me sitting right here. So we'll see. Right now, it's just I've been on edge literally for the past couple of days trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. What time is your flight? My flight is at 12:30 in the afternoon. So we'll see. What was that? Dockage fee. Was it 0.393? What does that mean? Was that 393,000? Was that just don't go into the UK? Well, I got to go to the UK. That's where my girl is. Yeah, UK is where I'm going. That's the move. What was that? Did I see you on Instagram with your son on a boat yesterday? Yeah, yeah. I took my son on a boat. We went out to this little place like out in the middle of nowhere called Crystal River over here in Florida. It was cool. Saw a lot of dolphins. We tried to go fishing. It didn't work out. We caught nothing. So what was that? Good evening, Jay. Just picking up on your chat. The issue is that we are in what was that? We are in the first truly serious lockdown. In other countries are not letting people get back home from the UK so easily. Yeah, I know. Let's see. They check with all the airlines. Safe travel. South UK is currently in tier four. Yeah, that I know. Check here. Yeah, so I have made all the calls that I need to make. Nobody has told me anything new other than last time. The only restrictions that I've seen, at least to my knowledge, is that if anybody that's, let's say, coming from the United Kingdom has had issues not going there. I don't believe the UK, they haven't changed how they've been doing things since I've been there. So we'll see. We'll see. By the way, Rob, yeah, thanks, guys. Don't forget to check out the merch and salty room. We got a ton of items, guys. We, as usual, we always got cool stuff on there. Talking with the team right now, we got maybe some new merch, probably like some type of giveaway going on as well too. So we'll see. We'll see. I think you guys will like what's happening. I'm just trying to wait for cruising to start back up, but then we're gonna bring out the good stuff. That's the plan. Oh, hey, we'll see what happens. It doesn't sound like this trip should be. Why is that? It doesn't sound like a trip you should be taking. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. I want to see my girl, but at the same time, I'm just trying to figure it out. We'll see. It'd be nice to be over there. Was that restrictions are likely to get tighter in the next few weeks? Yeah, that's what I've heard. Our hospitals are getting overwhelmed. It's very serious. Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if I want to go over there, I should go there now because if I try to go there a couple weeks from now, I might not be able to get in. You know what I mean? So that's the issue that I'm facing. It's like if I go over there, and it's a lot of flying, of course, just like always. But if I just go ahead and take the risk now, yeah, if I get stuck somewhere, I'll just I guess have to book a flight back home. Worst case scenario, I'll have to get a COVID test and then head back over. So we'll see. Let's see, then you may not be able to get out. Yeah, look, so as of right now, I mean, unless they tighten things up, the truth is at the end of the day, I'm still an American citizen. So, unless something really serious happens, they're not going to lock me out of my own country. I'll get a COVID test, prove that I don't have it, and then, get back into the United States. If I got to take another one upon arrival, then, so be it. So we'll see. I'm also going to Florida. I'm not stopping in Jersey. I'm not stopping in New York City. I'm going to Florida where apparently nobody cares about anything over there. So we'll see. Wasn't your girl on a ferry headed to France? Yeah, she was. She got on board, stayed there for a little while, and after that, she had to turn back around because the France closed their borders to the United Kingdom. So yeah, that's an issue. That was an issue. So now she's stuck in the United Kingdom for the New Year's. So yeah, well, been a crappy situation. That's why I'm trying to get over here. She's been going through a lot. So if I can get over there, that'd be nice. Brittany Ferry. Yeah, yeah, or wherever, whatever the ferry is called. Out of she went out of Portsmouth or Portsmouth, however you say it. We got stuck there one time too. It was horrible. Just trying to help. Give our regards to your girlfriend. Will do. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. So you'll find out tomorrow. Do I know a senator? No, I don't. I wish, man. I wish I had those kind of connects. If I had connects to a senator, like a politician or something like that, man, I'd I'd be in good shape. Thanks for all your updates. I appreciate it. I apologize for not giving so many updates like I normally do. It's just like I said, guys. This time of year can be hectic. Usually, I'm doing daily updates and whatnot, but this is like the first time ever on my channel where I've taken these many like gaps in between videos. I feel weird about it, but we life happens. It's a weird time in the world. It's a weird, it's also the most hectic, busiest, stressful time of the year for everybody. So, you know how it is. Hey, look, we got 111 likes. 111. Sorry, guys. I noticed stuff like that. It follows me everywhere I go. If you guys are still here, though, if you hit that like button too, I appreciate it. I like the consecutive numbers, but the more likes, the better. What was that, Foxy? You see, hey, Foxy speaking on it. It's nice to see you again. Nice to see you too. I saw you on Emma's live stream a few weeks ago, short weeks ago. I mean, thought, was that a little thought I would ever see you do a live stream of yours? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I try to do a live stream every now and then, once a week, normally. I mean, obviously, mine isn't like anybody else's. I try to keep mine, somewhat organic. I'm probably gonna change that at some point. I don't have any flashy like buttons and sounds and stuff like that, but I do need to upgrade that at some point. Just I'm not in a rush. Slow and steady wins the race, right? It's not what you know, and it's who you know and who knows you. It's also what you do with what you know, right? If you know a bunch of famous, rich, and wealthy people and you don't use their advice or knowledge, what does it mean at the end of the day? It's not just what you know or who you know. It's what you do with what you know. What you know. Yes, thank you, Diane. We got 157 people in the house, and we don't have that many likes. So if you guys hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. The U.S. will allow you back, no worries. A negative test and you're good. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I'd have a problem. You know what I mean? I'm not, sorry, no offense to anybody on here. I'm not elderly either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm young, I'm strong, I'm healthy. If I could take a test proving that I don't have it, if I got to take two tests, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? I just hope they have another test. I don't want to do that nostril thing. That's like my biggest fear. I don't want somebody sticking something like all the way in my nose, touching my brain. But we'll see. If I got to do it, I got to do it, I guess. So we'll see. What was that? Yes, Portsmouth is where Brittany Ferry sailed from. Okay, then yeah, so that one. By the way, an excellent company with modern ships, very comfortable. Yeah, I saw the room. It was pretty nice for what it was. She got an upgrade too before she got kicked off. Was that Florida is a hot mess. DeSantis, the governor, wants everything open and doesn't think the COVID is an issue. Well, so here's the thing, and I talk about this stuff all the time, especially somebody that does live in Florida. What people don't understand that don't live here is that most of our revenue is dependent on tourism. So if they shut that down, we could be dealing with a whole nother problem. There's that problem. It's like, do you want people to go poor and hungry, which has been happening because obviously the government isn't helping the people that are poor and hungry and losing their businesses. You know what I mean? And it's like you can't have both. You can't tell everybody to shut down and not make any money and then try to survive somehow. But on the cash side, you know what I mean? Like you can't tell people, the government can't have it all at the end of the day. I'm not saying I'm siding and trying to get into politics with DeSantis or anything like that. I just think that at some point we have to open because nobody else is helping anybody right now. You know what I mean? If I didn't have YouTube, I'd be doing everything that I need to do out there too. You know what I mean? If I had a bar that I owned, and I've had the bar for exactly Catch 22. If I had a bar that I owned, you know what I mean, and I've had my bar for 20 years, and they told me to shut down, but they're not giving me anything to survive to feed my family. What else would you do? You know what I mean? Like you can't go. People will say get a job, but if I have a business and my lifestyle and my family I got to take care of, I can't take care of making $12 an hour. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So I think that's the whole issue that's happening right now. Look at this little stimulus check. Then people aren't financially educated. They don't look at the EIDL grants and all the other stuff that you can get because we're not taught those things, right? Since I'm an independent contractor, I also own a business. I'm able to get all those loans and whatever, but that's only me going out of my way to look up the information because I knew about it, you know. So it's a crappy situation for everybody involved. So I missed a lot of stuff, guys. Went on a little rant right there. That's yes, fine. Happy to hear that you're making live streams every now and then. Yeah, like Emma. Yeah, I know. I miss making my videos. I really do. I enjoy making the videos. I don't like the editing. It's kind of cool seeing the videos come together, but it takes a while. It's tedious work. Definitely tedious work. Was that wishing Rob and Diane a very happy Christmas? Yeah, guys, my moderators, I appreciate you guys. Even during holiday season, thank you so much. We definitely got to do a live stream. Me and my moderators used to talk all the time. We got to figure that out because I miss them. But anyway, what else was I? Let's see, I missed something. There are some people who think that COVID is a hoax. Well, it is a hoax that has killed thousands and thousands and millions of innocent people. It's a hoax. No, I don't think it's a hoax. But the truth is, this whole pandemic has been extremely mishandled. Look at this stimulus, right? There's just so much going on with the stimulus package, right? Everybody's talking about this whole, foreign aid that's going on, right? Everybody's talking about that. That's the big thing. But people don't understand, first of all, when it comes to that, there is something called an omnibus package that goes out every single year to help foreign aid. Now, that doesn't make it right because it all kind of got bunched up in the same little package deal. And it looks like there's $1.3 billion going to Egypt and everywhere else. Not the time for that, personally. But I'm also not in the government. I'm not a politician. I don't know how all that goes with getting it nixed in order to help the American people. But like I said, I don't want to get into all that, but I just honestly, I think we can all agree that this whole situation has been extremely mishandled. That right there is a fact. It should have been done better, especially here in the United States. Let's see, your logic is very good. Thank you. I try. I try. I'm just a normal person, just trying to figure it all out, like the rest of us. Let's see. Seems that the Europeans were able to do it because they have a stronger social welfare. Exactly. Richest country can do what it wants. Yeah, it just depends. You got to look at the economies. You know what I mean? With Europe, a lot of Europe socialist economies. You go to France, for example. You unless you're a foreigner, right, or a refugee, you technically can't go broke over there. At least that's what my girlfriend tells me. Like if you're out of a job or anything like that, I think you're entitled. They give you like $1,200 or something like that, and you know what I mean? So it's like here, and $1,200 or 1,200 euros enough to survive over there to some degree. You can't do that here. You know what I mean? So let's see. I don't think it's a hoax. I think it's a serious matter. I meant to make a truthful point about it. Oh, okay. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, that's but the thing is, with everything that's happened, people are confused. You know what I mean? Like you can't be surprised by that. Nobody can. All this misinformation, it's like you're telling somebody one thing, you tell them the other, then shutting all the businesses down, but not getting them aid for it. You can't do it. It's confusing. So yeah, people are gonna make up all types of conspiracy theories and beliefs and whatever. It's only natural. Like I believe in questioning everything. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying COVID isn't real, but I also believe there's something fishy going on. So we'll see. We'll have to see how it all goes off. What was that, Frank? I know this is off topic. I don't know where you're currently. Was that not cruising? Oh, currently not cruising. I would love for the cruise line stories for a crew member to come. For crew members coming back, hearing about your experiences and the crew members. Yeah, I know. People ask me about that every now and then. I do want to bring the cruise stories back. I probably will at some point. It's just with all this stuff going on. I mean, I think it would be a little. It shed a little light. You know what I mean? Bring a little bit more positivity back and maybe some fun. to cruising, because I know it seems like me and a lot of other cruisers just talk about negative stuff, but unfortunately, it's like that overcrowds or overshrouds the good news that comes out. Unfortunately, so I do want to bring it back. Let's see, you can go bankrupt. They just Oh, you can't go bankrupt. They just have a social safety net. Yeah, but it's like here in America, things are so weird, right? It's supposed to be free market, capitalist country. However, it's like you got the 90% of people that aren't rich and wealthy. They're not being taken care of. Meanwhile, the 1%, everybody else and all the big businesses and stuff, they're being bailed out left and right. The airlines, if it's a free market, let them go if they have to, because they didn't save their money correctly. They're a business. We're regular people, and the truth is, most Americans aren't financially educated, and it's not an accident. You know what I mean? It'd be easy to tell everybody how they can manage their money in school, but we're not taught that. You know what I mean? So I just think it's weird here in the United States. Just how things are conducted. It's like they're gonna tell everybody to shut down, and then when people don't have money, they're gonna say, "Well, you should have put money off for a rainy day." You can only save so much money. You know, that's just that's my opinion on it. So I missed a lot. What's that? Diane, I think you tagged me in something. Important we've been with. Oh yeah, yeah, they've been with me from since the beginning. Exactly. Let's see. I hope you don't mind me asking, Justin, but aren't you cold wearing just a t-shirt and no jumper? No, I'm in my apartment. I have central AC and heating. No, I have my heat on right now. And honestly, here, surprisingly today, as opposed to maybe yesterday or the day before that, it's not that cold here today. Let's see, what's that? Tim Borton. Yeah, we've been with Jay from the beginning. Joined the Facebook group, and he was looking out for mods, so I dropped him a message. Yeah, here we are. Months later, it's been a crazy year, crazy, crazy, crazy year. But yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, with this whole situation going on with the pandemic and with I just think the handling of it has not been great. You know, but Americans call what the EU have socialists. No, that's what I'm saying. It's just everything is so confusing. Like I said, I don't want to get into politics, but I think everybody knows how things work here. And it's like the truth is, in America, they take care of the rich and wealthy before anybody else, because they're the ones that keep the money circulating. Everybody else is just meant to work for the other bigger companies, and that's usually how it goes. We're not taught financial literacy because there's a lot of money to profit from, people that aren't financially literate. Excuse me. Let's see. Most small businesses owners have very little wiggle room, yeah, to save money. Margins are thin, taxes and governments and fees are overwhelming. What's left to save? Exactly. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? It's like the small businesses are literally getting taken to the cleaners right now. And what are they supposed to do? They can't just shut down. How are they going to survive? So we'll see. Let's see, Justin. What are your thoughts on the crew bar hours? Do you have the ability to go to regular passenger bars? It depends. Every cruise line does it differently. But when I was with Norwegian, for example, and I say this, I think I've said this a couple times. They have like what's called a white card and a yellow card. The yellow cards have access to most bars and gyms on board the ship. So when I was working for Norwegian, I was able to go to most bars. There were a couple of them that we weren't allowed to go to, but that's typically how it works. Everybody else has to exclusively stay in the crew bar, or they could sign up to go to a specialty restaurant, but they have to put it in on the computer and make a phone call in advance to be able to go there, right? And then at the guest areas, there's a limit to how many crew members are allowed to go as well. So, but somebody like me, if I want to go, somewhere on board the ship, like Oceans, with Norwegian, I can go there, but they can also deny me from being able to eat there as well, saying that there are too many crew members there or that they're too busy. See, Britain certainly is very locked down right now. But there will be happier days again. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I hope there's brighter days. I mean, either that or the world's ending. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if aliens showed up right now. So let's see. Not rumors. It's a variant affect children more than COVID-19. Yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. And like I said, it's just a confusing situation. I wish things were handled better. I've been saying that since the beginning of all this. Like the handling of all this was trash, horrible. Like I get there wasn't a plan for something like this, but things should have been done better, right? Because you see people slowly falling apart. And I think, unfortunately, if things don't change, by the time it's all said and done, it's going to be too late for a lot of people. Even where I live, like I live in like right near downtown. So as you guys when you live near downtown, it's a big urban area. There's soup kitchens and homeless shelters and stuff all around me, and I can see the lines piling up every single day, every day. You know what I mean? Mexico's cleaner than the U.S. Yeah, I love Mexico. One of my favorite places. Canada's on lockdown. Yeah, everybody's locking down. UK NHS aiming for 22 million. What is that? Installations by April. Oh, okay. Oxford vaccine will be a game changer. Yeah, it's just getting people to take it. That's the issue with everything that's happened. Can you see happier days again in your lifetime, Justin? Yeah, of course. Like, but the truth is, though, we're going to see the effects of this for years and years to come. Years to come, right? Even if things started correcting literally right now, the damage has already been done. And I don't think people realize that because a lot of people are either on one side of the fence. Either they're doing horrible right now or they're doing really good. And they assume everybody's doing, the same thing. So let's see. Jay, I sent you government COVID advice to your email. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll read it after this. Let's see. How hard is it to be a guest lecturer? What do you mean on board the ship? I mean, I would love to do that, to be honest. I've done a couple speaking events. I would love to step into it even more in the future, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? I mean, if things don't change and we got to wear masks forever and social distance forever, it may never happen again. We'll see. What precautions are you taking on the plane? Face mask, face shield. So you have to wear masks on board the planes, and that's it. At least last time I traveled, especially overseas, they didn't do much. I mean, they didn't social distance on the plane or anything like that, and they social distanced inside the airport, which is strange. But then when you got on the plane, it was fully booked, so there was no social distancing. So we'll see. Seems like Royal Caribbean only officers and entertainment staff can go to guest disco. Yeah, that's usually how it is. It just like people that are typically from, and it's I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but let's say somebody that's from like a developing country like the Philippines or whatever that may have broken English or anything like that. As far as the crew being exposed to the guests, they don't want that type of interaction going on because you might be exposed to a crew member that doesn't speak very much English, and a guest might be trying to get somewhere or whatever, and ultimately the guests come first, so you don't want a bad experience on board the ship. So that's for that reason. That's why they're like that. Is it hard to get a job in music on the ship or as a customer service, not in food? I think honestly, it's kind of hard to get a job, period, on the ship because there's so much demand. You can get a job, but it's kind of one of those things where when you get there, you got to work your way up. And then ultimately, though, it just depends on the overall experience and how you decide it's going to work for you. Some people get on the ship and they realize, like, wait a minute, I don't like this. I don't like the rooming accommodations. I don't like this. I don't like that. So, I mean, getting a job is possible. It takes a little while, but once you get in there, you're in. So, let's see, what else? Did I miss something? We did the shutdown in Canada. Our first. Anyone who lost income got money. Companies got money to stay afloat. Yeah, that ain't happening here. Well, the big elite companies are doing okay for sure. You know what I mean? But the people here aren't being taken care of. That's the crappy part about all of this. Obviously I'm not a finance channel, so I don't know all the details. I've just been paying attention to a lot of other YouTubers and seeing what's going on. I don't watch the news, but I've been trying to look at bits and pieces of the stimulus package. But there are a lot of reputable YouTubers that I follow, like Meet Kevin, and you know what I mean. I follow these people in Clear Value Tax, and they videos like at least 2 or 3 videos a day talking about the latest updates. So I'll watch that and see what's going on because honestly, they're very unbiased on how they talk about what they do. So if anybody wants to know what's going on with the stimulus and everything going on in the government, I would suggest Meet Kevin. Check out that channel. Really, really, really good guy. Meet Kevin, Clear Value Tax, and who talks about it every Graham Stephan talks about it every now and then too. So honestly, those are like my considered pretty reputable sources as far as being unbiased to what's going on in politics and everything else in between. From the Bahamas, any idea when cruising will resume? It's gonna be a while. I could see something potentially happening at some point with the Bahamas, but not anytime soon. If anything does happen, I could see, let's say Barbados will probably be one of the first, and eventually maybe go from there out in the Caribbean. Our political system makes it easier to put things, yeah, things like that though. Yeah, you're right. Our political system is jacked up. It's weird. Also, I've been a subscriber since day one. I've always been interested to work in a cruise ship. You should apply. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, honestly, even at this point, I think when cruising comes back, I would never not recommend cruise shops to anybody because of the exposure. Like, I believe in travel. To me, there's nothing more important. Travel will always be the greatest teacher. And working on a cruise ship, you get like a condensed, like, intimate version of that because you got so many different nationalities on board the ship. You know what I mean? If you're going there to gain the experience, maybe more so over the money, then it's a good job to do. See, the staff from the ships who were let go short term or long term get compensation. If yes, how much from the government on or cruise companies? Uh, it honestly, guys, it's one of those things where when it comes to compensation for anything, it depends on the cruise line. Everybody's doing things differently. There's some people that got two months. I think it was Royal Caribbean. They were giving people 2 months of pay. As far as the government, you're not going to get unemployment, which sucks. They're going to get the stimulus checks, and that'll be the gist of it for everybody, unfortunately. By the way, guys, if you're here, I keep saying it. Hit that like button for me. We're at 145. If we can get to 150. That'd be great. I'd be really, really happy, and I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Speaking of social distancing, I think Americans who need to mask up and social distance will be at the end of 2021 or near or early 2022. In the UK, it'll be until some point in 2021 if all goes well. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, honestly, we don't know exactly how long this is going to go on for. You know, there's new strains and everything else, and who's winning the Super Bowl? Hopefully, the Bucks. We'll see. We'll see. Your opinion as what's that? You can read studies both ways. It all depends on what you believe. Yeah, some people are just biased toward one way or the other. I try to have an open mind when it comes to things. Come from a place of understanding first. You listen, and then you can make an opinion based off of what you've listened to. Let's see. Sorry for being terribly political. I only meant to make some points, but there are happier days again. Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, I understand. Like, I know I might mention stuff. I'm not trying to get political or anything like that, but I just believe this whole pandemic, it's been mishandled. I don't care what anybody says. That's just. I don't think anybody could deny that. This pandemic has extremely been mishandled, and I think people are suffering because of that. So, including in the cruise ship industry, things should have been done better. But it's easy to look at that right now. You know what I mean? Because it's some things are just easier said than done, unfortunately. Let's see. What's the crazy thing you've seen on board? I always love to hear stories. I have a friend that works in theme parks, and the same stories a while. Yeah, I worked in theme parks for the same amount, actually longer time that I've been in ships. Um, I mean, I've got some dark stories. I've got some really really funny ones. But as far as the craziest thing, I would say like there was a giant fight that took place on in one of the not crew bars, one of the guest bars. A man picked up a chair and threw it at somebody, and actually hit him in the head. That was interesting to see. Follow the science, yeah. Well, is that Diane? Here in California, our government shut down outdoor dining. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a catch-22. You can't close everything down and then not give people anything for it, and then say, hey, wait a minute, we're gonna shut you down. You're not making any money, but you got to survive somehow. But we're not gonna help you. But you got to figure it out. What do you expect? I'm surprised, honestly, that we haven't had, and I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, and I don't mean bad by it, but I'm surprised we haven't had more protests and strikes and everything else in between because you can only push people like this for so long. You know what I mean? You can't give people this one way, say, here, why don't you just go and crawl in a hole and die? It doesn't make sense. But they shut things down in little parts so stupid. Yeah, it's just the confusion of all this stuff. You know, Dark Stories, yeah, it needs its own video. Yeah, yeah. Like crazy things happen on board ships, guys. Good things, very, very bad things. You know what I mean? Like stuff happens literally all the time. So I mean, whenever things get back to somewhat normal and we're seeing some type of light at the end of the tunnel, I will bring back the ship life stories. Just not right now. I mean, who knows? I might bring it back soon to shed some, it's a little bit of more positivity. I might share the good stories, working on shit, but we'll see. Do you think that cruise in 2022 will be back to normal? I hope so. I hope so. We'll see. I mean, 2022, I think we'll be getting back to somewhat normal. I did post a video, which I mean, for some reason, a lot of people didn't like. I was just reading a Yahoo Finance article about what was going on. Like people saying that cruising won't be back to full blast. Like I'm talking about like full fledged cruising until 2030. But to be honest with you guys, that's not so far fetched. To say that the cruising won't be 100% back to normal by the end of the decade, it's possible. It's possible. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I agree with it, but you can't rule that out because I'm not talking about no cruising, but you're talking about everything else in between. So we'll see. Of course, Justin, there are happy days ahead. I've got future plans ahead, despite, yeah, me too. Hey, at the end of the day, guys, we got to keep moving forward. Guys, I got 1 more minute left. Last minute questions, and I'm going to get out of here. I got a lot that I have to do. Rob, I'm going to call you immediately after this. I can't talk long because I got to go do laundry and all this other stuff if I'm going to fly out tomorrow. So we'll see. All right. Just I'll talk for as long as I can. Then I got to get out of here. I will let you guys know tomorrow if I'm gonna fly out, or if I did, and we'll go from there. We'll see. I'm still kind of on the fence, honestly, guys. I'm still kind of 50-50 if I'm gonna, get out there, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I know there's a lot of we'll sees, but Just like this whole pandemic, we don't know what's gonna happen until it actually happens. So you guys don't know if I'm going to Europe tomorrow until it actually happens. So yeah, guys. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. You sent me 2 emails. I'll make sure I read it as soon as I can. Um, I hope everybody's having a nice Christmas. I hope everybody has good plans, set out for at least something productive for like the new year. Let's get ready for 2021. Could be good, could be bad. That's just the reality of the situation. Let's hold on and hope everything works out in 2021. But anyway, guys, what was that? But I did want to ask you, Justin, what's the best part of cruising? The food, duh. I'm telling you, I don't look like I'm not a fat guy, but I will eat and eat and eat and eat. I promise you. If you're coming to the UK, contact me, please. You'll know if I'm in the United Kingdom. You will know. Don't leave your laundry until the bitter end. Yeah, I know. Well, this I know. Like, I have clean clothes, but I need to, this stuff I got to reclean. You know what I mean? Like my good stuff. We'll see. But I'll let you guys know. All right. So I will talk to all of you tomorrow. If I don't make a video, just know that I'm probably on an airplane traveling to another country. But I will at least make a post, let you guys know how's the Uber business going. I haven't been doing it. I need to get back to it, to be honest. I believe in grinding, having as many revenue streams as possible. But yeah, what was that? The main problem is clear, but we're at this point. If you name it and people get offended, it's sad. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sending you a hug. Oh, thanks. I appreciate the hug. Hey, bro, take the laundry with you. I'm gonna do it here. I got time. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll give you an update. If I don't do a video, like I said, I'll at least let you guys know what I got going on for that day or for that next day and a half of traveling or whatever. All right. I will see all of you guys very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate it. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Okay. Take it easy and happy holidays.